What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of the Stay Strong, Stay You podcast. And as always, whether you've been rocking and rolling with me for some time now, or this is your day one, first and foremost, welcome. My name is Becca Boston, and welcome to the Stay Strong, Stay You community. And no matter how long you have been with me, I just truly appreciate you taking time out of your day to hit play and spend time with me. So please know that your presence is truly, 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 truly a gift to me. Now, I do just want to jump right on into this episode and talk about what we're about to talk about because I just got done at the gym and was thinking about all of this and kind of coaching myself through this as I was driving home. And I also just want to give a big shout out to my Commit Dance Fitness community because you guys, number one, inspire me and impact me in so many ways that I can't even fully begin to put it into words. So just shout out to the whole Commit Dance Fitness community. I freaking love you. You guys know who you are, but special shout out to Donna, who is truly holding me accountable to stepping into this journey even further. For those of you who have known me, I used to always say, I can't dance. Yeah, we're breaking that self-limiting belief. We are continuing to show up. And I've always said, find that one thing that can build confidence within your life, or do that one thing that will help you break through that fear, right? So there were a couple chapters back in my seasons of life where I needed to face fear in its face in a new way, and I went skydiving. Not because I had a fear of heights or anything, but because I needed to embrace fear in a new way. And for me, yes, taking a dance class is me facing fear in its face, but it's also helping me to break that self-limiting belief and build more confidence within inside of myself. So, what is that thing that you're doing that you're going to commit to that can help you build that confidence or help you step through that fear? So, I did just drive home and just really think about the word commit within itself. And I was coaching myself through this. So, as much as this is for you guys, this is also for me. Like, these are thoughts that I was having on the way home from the gym. And I was like, I just feel like I need to turn this into a podcast episode. So, here we are. So, let's jump into it. C within commit clarity, defining your goals and understanding your path. Where are you going? Right? You don't just pull up GPS to just look around. I mean, at times we do, let's face it. But if we're really talking, you're putting in a destination. You know where you're going. So, do you know where you're going within whatever it is? Yes, I'm going to be relating this to a majority of fitness, but this can be applied to any aspect of your life. Do you know where you are going? And is the vision that you have truly yours? Or is it someone else's idea of success or what they want for your life? What do you want for you? Because I want what you want for you. Because this is your life and you shouldn't be having anybody else tell you what you should do for you. You know you best. So get clear on what you want. Where are you going? What is the destination? What is the next milestone that you're going to hit? Because the other thing is, if we are talking about fitness, and I'm guilty for this as well, so this is no shame at anybody else, but if we are talking about fitness, yes, it is important to have those milestones, but at the end of the day, I don't think that there should be a final destination within our fitness journey. Right? And I've definitely had my seasons. Again, I'm taking ownership, which is going to be our next word for O, but I'm taking ownership in the fact that, yes, I did gain weight when I moved here to Washington. And I take full responsibility for that. But when you strip away the noise, what do you really want? When you strip away the noise, what do you really want? And what is going to help you to fully commit for the long term and not just for the short term? Not just so you can fit into that wedding dress. What happens when the wedding's over? Are you still going to be committed? Get clear on where you're going and why you want it for you. So, C in the commit is clarity. Let's take it to the O. O, ownership. Take responsibility for your choices and your current situation. Again, I take full responsibility in the fact that I allowed myself to slack off. And I also had to, at times, give myself grace because I was new here. I was trying to figure things out and I just lost sight of it. But at the end of the day, when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm the only one that I can blame. And the beautiful thing about that is when you look at yourself in the mirror and you recognize that you're the one to blame, you are also the one that can be the problem solver. You could be the change within your life that you want to see when you take that full ownership within your life. So, are you owning your life, or are you leasing it out to excuses, fear, or other people's opinions? Are you owning your life, or are you leasing it out to excuses, fear, and other people's opinions? And listen, you can't control everything, but you can control how you respond. And that's taking ownership. So take full ownership of your current situation, knowing that your current situation is not your final destination, as long as you have the courage to fully commit and create the change. So we got the C, we got the O. Let's just dive on in to the M. Momentum. Building energy and progress, right? The first step I've been recognizing as I've been in these commit dance classes, and that the first step is hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard for me to step into a dance class because, again, I always had that self-limiting belief that I can't dance. But I'm saying I can't dance as I'm like dancing awkwardly and, you know, just not feeling like it's something that I'm good at that time, right? So the first step is hard. I feel like the second step is awkward. And the third step is where momentum begins. Because you're doing it, you've understood that you've taken the first step, the second step, and now you're kind of building that momentum. You're kind of understanding what it takes within this journey of yours. And I think it's also important within momentum too to really define what your definition of consistency is in this season of your life. There was a season of my life where I went to the gym every single day, 6 to 7 days a week. And that was my definition of consistency. And I think so often the world tries to make us believe that that needs to be our standard and that needs to be our consistency. But I truly believe that you need to find the consistency that works for you, that is going to get you to keep showing up. And maybe it's not 7 days a week. Maybe it's you going every other day, you going Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or you going even just one day a week for a certain time, and then increasing that into 2 days and 3 days a week, so on and so forth. But what is your definition of consistency? And how are you going to get yourself moving? Because you can't move a parked car. So, what story are you telling yourself that is keeping you parked when you should be moving? What story are you telling yourself that's keeping you parked when you should be moving? Again, that goes back to clarity. Figure out where you are going. What is the journey that you want to be on? And then take that one step, that second step. And yes, it's a little hard and awkward in the beginning, but as you continue to go and you continue to build, you will break through that and the momentum will begin. All right, moving on to the next M, we got milestones. Y'all know I'm about to dive on this one because we love milestones over here, but celebrating the small victories along the way to your goals. Again, you guys know how often I talk about the importance of celebrating those small wins. Even when those feel like the smallest of tasks, when you are going through depression, when you are going through a hard time, sometimes all you can do is just get up and get out of bed and go to the bathroom and get back into bed. Celebrate the fact that you woke up today. Celebrate the fact that you got up and got out of bed and you went to the bathroom. Because that's a win. Sometimes just simply surviving a day is a win. And as you continue on in your journey and you take another small step and another small step and another small step, celebrate yourself for those milestones, for proving to yourself that you can do it. Right? I always talk about my self-harm journey. There was a time and a point where I didn't think I could get a half a day self-harm free. There was a day that I thought I couldn't get a full day. I couldn't get a week. I thought I couldn't get a month. But I continuously proved it to myself over time. Again, trialing and erroring all different types of things within my recovery. And eventually, I proved it to myself. Of course, I had the people that I was doing it for at certain times when I was having a difficult time showing up for me. I would remind myself of who else I was doing it for. But prove it to yourself that you can do it. Because every milestone is proof that you kept going when you could have stopped. But what would your life look like if you treated growth like a series of sacred milestones instead of an endless hustle? What if you chose to celebrate each and every small win along the way instead of thinking that you are in this endless hustle of life? And if you know me, I get the hustle. I understand and think that there's a time and a place to hustle. But for me, I would rather be known as a hard worker rather than a hustler. And that's just because I understand that I am at my own pace within my own life. And of course, there's seasons where I really do have to just dive in and, hustle. And other people may look at me as a hustler. And, in some ways, that's okay. But I would rather be known as a hard worker than being in an endless hustle, because I also don't want to lose myself in the hustle. Because I see too many people losing themselves in the midst of the hustle. And one of my greatest fears, and I don't know if you have this fear, but I have the fear of losing myself because I already lost myself once. And for me, being in this season now, I'd rather choose to celebrate those sacred milestones and focus on just one milestone that is ahead of me rather than looking at the whole entire picture. Because if I look at the whole entire picture and the vision that God has given me, honestly, that scares the heck out of me. Like, even me speaking still to this day, it is me continuously building the momentum and belief within inside of myself. And if you're new here, you are meeting me in this chapter of my life. But there was a season and a point where I didn't want any of this. But TikTok somehow just pushed me out in the world of becoming a speaker. I thought I was supposed to be the behind the scenes girl. But here we are now because God had a different plan, and God's plan is always greater than your plan. And I am truly grateful for the plan that He had for my life. But again, celebrating those small victories, celebrating those small goals along the way are truly, truly incredibly important, because it proves to yourself that you kept going in the moments in which you could have stopped. All right, so we got the C for clarity. We got the O for ownership. We got M for momentum. We got M for milestones. I is for inspiration. What's your why? Why are you doing what you're doing for you? Why do you want it for you? And I say, like, you, because don't get me wrong, I understand having to do it for somebody else, right? Like, part of my inspiration within this current season of my life is to get back into better shape so I can continuously keep up with my nieces and be healthy for them. So on days that I can't show up for me and remind myself of why I'm doing it for me, I look to my nieces. I have people in commit dance fitness that I look at that truly inspire me to be better, to walk into that room knowing that I can dance. I'm not there yet, but if I quit, I'll never get there. So, who are the people in your life that you also look to for inspiration? Have you ever had a conversation with them about how they got to where they are? Reach out to them, ask them. Ask them to hold you accountable or give you tips. I'm not even gonna lie, like I've had this in several different aspects of my life, but having people that will say, I see you or I'm watching you has truly been like an eye opener and a way to hold myself accountable, knowing that there are people watching me. Who are the people that are watching you? And when you don't feel inspired to begin, often beginning is what creates the inspiration. Just start. You have to make that difficult decision to just start, just do it. Do it afraid, do it awkwardly in the beginning if you have to, and know that you are stepping into a new, confident, greater version of yourself. But you will never meet that greater version of yourself if you don't begin. So start. Start messy and improve along the way. But what is your why? Why are you doing it for you? Again, going back to that clarity, dig deep on your internal inspiration and get clear. Again, going back to that clarity, get real clear. Your why should be so deep that it makes you want to cry. And allow that to be your inspiration to fuel you forward. Because your fear will fuel your freedom. Your fear will fuel your freedom. And allow that to inspire you and embrace that fear, acknowledging that's going to come with emotions, acknowledging it's going to come with doubts and moments of thinking you can't, but changing that mindset and recognizing that you can do it and really focusing on your positive self-talk so that you are not digging yourself and your potential a grave is critically important. So allow your future self to inspire you to start. Allow your future self to inspire you to begin messy, to improve along the way, and to step into a newer version of you. And my other final question for you within this is if your life was someone else's story, would it inspire you? If your life is somebody else's story, would it inspire you? You know, if you are watching your life as a TV show, as an influencer online, if you are watching yourself, would it inspire you? Are you inspiring you? If not, maybe it's time to make a change. Maybe it's time for you to start this journey. But figure out what the inspiration is for you. Again, going back to that clarity. And the final letter within the word commit is transformation, embracing the change as a necessary part of growth. Transformation isn't going to happen overnight. Yes, you do occasionally have, somebody who goes viral and it transforms their whole entire life, et cetera, et cetera. But most things in life take time. You don't just put your results in the microwave and hit 30 seconds and get what you want. It's an overtime process. Again, first taking the first step, second step, building that momentum, building the courage to continuously create the change and hold yourself accountable and taking that ownership of taking those steps. But transformation doesn't happen when you want it to. It happens when you're ready to stop running from it. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Transformation doesn't happen when you want it to. It happens when you're ready to stop running from it. So stop running from it. Start small. Start taking those small steps. Celebrate each milestone along the way, knowing that you are proving it to yourself, stepping into a greater version of yourself. And know that, yes, you're not going to see the results right away, but you're definitely not going to see the results if you don't show up. You know, it's making me think about how when I very first started my fitness journey back in like 2019, somebody once told me that you will go from being the person in the back of the photograph to becoming the person in the front of the photograph. As long as you continue to show up and you continue to step out and put in the work and feel more confident within yourself, you will feel so confident within inside of yourself that you will no longer be willing to hide in the back of the photo, the group photo. And what's ironic as I think about it, I don't know if ironic is the right word, but what is amazing, I will say, is now in this season of my life, taking commit dance, you know, shout out again to Donna, who is one of the owners of Commit Dance Fitness. Absolutely amazing. I love her energy. I love her in so many different ways. But she is holding me accountable to this journey that I have decided that I want to be on and taking action within becoming a more confident dancer. And one of the things she told me is you can no longer be in the back of the classroom. You have to come up to the front. And I'm not gonna lie, she said that, and I think my stomach dropped. I was like, oh, I do not want to be in the front of the class or near the front in any way, shape, or form. But I'm not gonna lie to you. It has been one of the greatest challenges. Yes, at times it does feel awkward when I don't fully know a song or anything along those lines, but I will tell you what, it is a way to kind of put yourself out there and also be more intimate within the environment, if that makes sense. Like, I don't fully know how to describe it. It just fully changed everything recently of recognizing that, yes, I'm not there fully confidently yet, but I will be as I continue to push myself out of my comfort zone in different ways. And I'm beginning to see that transformation as I am pulling myself from the back of the class to the front of the class, as I'm consistently showing up to classes, as I'm consistently doing dances in my room or practicing when I want to practice, right? But that transformation hasn't been an immediate result. It's taken these baby steps. It's taken these moments of me sitting with myself, asking myself, what do I want? Do I want to be a more confident dancer, or do I just want to continue to show up and half-ass it and feel awkward? And one day it just hit me and I said, you know what? No. I want to do this for me. And I understand that I may never be at some crazy level, and I'm okay with that because for me this is about me building my more confidence within inside of myself and having an amazing and fun way for me to get my body moving. And I don't know what's to come, but I'm excited for the journey and that I've taken these steps to become more confident in this and to prove it to myself that I can dance. So, watch out. Dancing content may be coming soon. You may see a little bit more as I do get more confident. So stay tuned. Um, but I think it's just a beautiful thing to be able to just take a moment to reflect and again really recognize those milestones within your journey and how even the small transformations can create some of the greatest confidence within yourself or be some of the greatest milestones. But the other thing that I just want to say is that you can't become who you're meant to be while clinging on to who you used to be. You can't become who you're meant to be while clinging on to who you used to be. You have to let go of who you used to be in order to create a greater version of yourself. And at times that is going to take some time, right? There was a chapter of my life earlier this year where when I first moved to Tacoma, I had to allow myself to give myself the time that I needed to grieve the loss of being a caregiver. And that took time because that was my world for the past, I don't know, almost 7 years of being in the healthcare field, primarily working with individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and I loved it. But be able to let go of that, that took freaking time. And at the same time, sometimes you just have to be it before you become it. You have to step into that room as that dancer, as that person that you see, and build the confidence along the way. Maybe everybody doesn't see it, but you're recognizing the internal growth that you have with inside of yourself, or you're learning areas in which you need to improve to get you further along the journey. Maybe it's even you recognizing that you need to change your mindset of, I can't do this, I can't do that, when you're actually doing it and you can, you're just not where you want to be yet. Like, can we just take a moment to pause and recognize how much power the word yet has? Like, it's this funny little three-letter word that honestly, in my opinion, sounds funny, yet. Like, I'm not there yet. There is so much power in saying I'm not there yet. And to take away I can't, because that is just digging your potential a grave, and saying I can become this person. I'm just not there yet. That's okay. That's allowing yourself to give yourself the grace for being where you are right here, right now. So, look forward to the transformation and who you are about to become on this journey, because you're going to look back and you are going to be proud of yourself for having the courage to take ownership, to build that momentum, to celebrate those milestones, for being the inspiration for yourself. And you're going to see the transformation as long as you show up for you. But you have to want it for you. Nobody else can want it as bad as you want it. Other people can inspire you. They can lead you to water, but you can't force a horse to drink the water. We can't force you to drink it, right? It's like, I may want to fill up your cup, but if you have your lid on it, I can't pour into your cup. You've made up your mind. My question is, when are you going to take off the lid and allow other people to pour into your cup, to inspire you, to create the change, to speak life into you? Take off the cup so others can pour into you, so that you can be able to receive the love, the support, the words of encouragement that other people have for you. But when you continuously have on that cup and you don't receive it, people are going to begin to notice. So that just came out of nowhere, but I hope that you take off the cup. Take off the cup. Take off the lid. Take off the lid of your cup and allow people to pour into you. Allow other people to inspire you and to create the change within your life that you've been dreaming of, that you've been wishing for. It's time to stop wishing and it's time to start doing the work. It's time to stop blaming and complaining. And it's time to start to take action. But with all of this said, because I feel like I'm going to go down some crazy off the bat rabbit holes if I continue to talk too long. I just want to say I truly appreciate you guys. I will give you the breakdown for commit just one last time, but it is clarity, ownership, momentum, milestones, inspiration, transformation. So I hope that you are able to take something away from this. And if you do, please do me a big, 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 big favor and reach on out to me. Let me know how it impacted you. Share it on your Instagrams. Let other people know that you tapped in and your biggest takeaways. Help me just spread the message. I would love to also just share with you guys that I really do want to bring back Celebration Station. And within this, if you guys know, we just talked about those milestones. And if you're new here, Celebration Station is usually a part of the Stay Strong, Stay You podcast where we celebrate your life wins so that you have a place where you know that you can be seen and celebrated. And that's what we do in the Celebration Station. But because we are still bringing back the Stay Strong, Stay You podcast, we are still building that momentum. We are still bringing awareness that we are back. And again, I didn't have anybody to celebrate today, but also this was just kind of like off the cusp. It just got done at the gym. It's like, I need to record this. So if you would like to celebrate your win, you would like to be shouted out on the Stay Strong, Stay You podcast, you can do so by going to staystrongstayu.com and you will see a link to the podcast. I will also put it in the show description as well, but you can also find it on my social media with the link in my bio over there. So follow me on Instagram, Becca Boston 26. There is also TikTok. That is Becca Boston 6. But if you want to message me, best way to do that is on Instagram because messages just work a heck of a lot better. But I would truly appreciate you guys helping me push out the word because this podcast is not just a me thing. It is a we thing. So I truly appreciate each and every single one of you for tuning in. I again hope you took something away from this and I look forward to seeing each and every single one of you in the next episode, but continue to be the resilient warrior that you are within this game of life. Keep showing up, keep building that momentum and creating that change within your life, and always know that your strength is giving your pain a voice and receiving the help that you need while staying true to who you are. But no matter what, stay strong, stay you, because you got this.